Hey everyone, welcome back to the RPGames YouTube channel. My name is Ralph, this is Gamedec. I discovered something while editing the previous video. It's not a tutorial bot that has the gun. It's Fruity Betty. And you have to say the secret password. Show me your wares. And then we can buy a gun. There we go, we've got a gun. Let me ask about the Outlaw as well, see if she has some information on that. Oh, the new character leveled up real quick and holed themselves up somewhere. I'm afraid they might be another fraud. Another fraud? Do you think the Outlaw is working with someone? Or there's some kind of gang here? It's hard to say. We had some trouble with this guy, Black Rook. He peddled illegal items and swindled people. The admins banned him at the sheriff's request. It's funny she said that, since it was Betty who took over Black Rook's business. And now you've taken over his business. That's true, but I'm honest. My clients, I mean. Let's ask about the sheriff. What everyone in High Rock does, he's a solid and helpful player. I suppose you don't have an opinion yet. You're still new around here. People with good reputations always make me suspicious. And rightly so. It's always best to see for yourself. What do you do in real life? It's not a secret, I work for the Ministry of Internal Affairs. Oh wow, I organize new holidays. Are you saying that because you're at work right now? You're on a couch somewhere in the ministry? That's right, sweetheart. Got a lot of free time here. Currently, we're working on Neighbor's Day. That sounds interesting. We're talking Realium, not some in-game event, right? Yeah, Realium needs holidays and events just as much as games do. This event is supposed to counteract the most common cause of depression in free Europe: loneliness. People will go out to parking lots and squares carrying treats, and the hosts will initiate conversations with simple icebreakers. Okay. That's a really good idea. I'd like to know my neighbors myself. To be fair, like I've lived in this house for about maybe 6 years. I don't know my neighbors. I get a package once in a while for one of them, you know, when they're not at home and the delivery guy drops them off here, and I just hand them the package and that's about it. I don't know if that's sad or not. Let me know in the comments. Oh, Betty still wants to tell me something. Well, that will teach me, talking about my Realium. You asked about that player. I know that Black Rook and the Outlaw were doing shady business together. You didn't hear that from me. Betty winked at me and started arranging the wares. Okay, so we got, let's see, what is the main problem? Let's see, the Outlaw. I suspect the Outlaw is the real victim, a person that hides in the game instead of logging out, and disappearing in Realium can be guilty of anything. I suppose the Outlaw is responsible for the problems of the Orange folk. That's not sure. Suspect the Outlaw is a cheater. That's why why is it a she? That's why she's hiding and why the sheriff is after her. However, I don't think she's responsible for the problems of the Orange folk. At the moment, this seems the most likely, but, you know, I don't have enough data yet. I do have a good amount of data on Lea-Anne. She is the head of the Nanette Foundation. Sheriff is in her crosshairs. She returned to the game after a prolonged absence, and she's looking for a rich player. I don't think she's responsible. And then the sheriff, let's see, is he a flawless hero? Aki, the Orange Folk supervisor, and Mad Dog are the sheriff's most trusted men, though the latter rarely logs into the game. Sheriff works as a manager for the Nanette Foundation under the pseudonym Mr. Lepsky. The sheriff has a great reputation among the residents of High Rocks. He helps them with their problems. I am still not sure, to be honest. I'm still not sure. We gained the number of these light bulbs, but it's not really what I need. What would I still like to get? Cracker is something I would like to get, but I need 4 puzzle pieces and 3 fire for that. So, yeah, get some puzzle pieces. There is one other thing that I noticed during editing, which there was a guy standing here, I think, before, and that's no longer the case. So how about I inspect this ladder? And then after that, I'm gonna go into the guild house and talk to Lea-Anne and see if I can find that outlaw there. Someone could actually be bothered to climb ladders in this game. Well, I could. The ladder was propped against the roof. Someone had carved climb in one of the rungs. Let's climb that ladder, see what happens. Maybe I find Stanley on top of the roof. Well, it's not Stanley. There's a plank there for some reason. Keep quiet or you'll startle the birdies. Okay. And who are you exactly? Hi, Professor Locke. No birds around. Hi, why did you say that? That's my name. I mean, my last name, Locke. I'm Professor. Ornithologist. Virtual one. I observe the fowl of harvest time. I haven't been here long, but you're right. There's no birds here. Fascinating, isn't it? No birds during the day, no birds at night. I've confirmed it after weeks of observation. Wow. Yeah. Just want to make sure, even though there aren't any birds in the game, you're watching them. Yeah, I've documented 101 species. More and more disappeared with every subsequent patch. Or birdies. See that you're interested in birds. Would you like to watch them with me? Yeah, maybe I will spot something else. I would, but I don't have binoculars. Patience and a keen eye. These are the weapons of the ornithologist. I assure you, it's much more interesting than growing damn pumpkins. What do you say? Pretty fun, huh? Very relaxing, I didn't see anything, but... Birdie could fly by on any second. So exciting. Can you tell me anything about the residents of High Rock, Professor? I'm asking about other players, not the birds. Other players? They don't seem to be interested in birdies. Can I say, they're weirdos. What about the sheriff? Right, yeah, the sheriff. They say that he's the fastest gun around here. He may win all the duels, but no one is faster than a peregrine eagle. They reach 400 kilometers an hour during their hunting scoop, whoop-de-doop. Well, that is fast. Do you know anything about the so-called Orange Folk? Like any information could help? Well, in that case, you're in the right place. I know almost everything there is to know about them. Really? I'm all ears. Let's start with the robin, one of my favorite species with orange plumage. Oh boy. They were introduced to the game with the European Immigrants update, which was quite a surprise for me. I'm sorry to interrupt, but I was talking about the farmers from the Orange Dream Guild. Oh, damn, yeah, in that case I can't help you. Why aren't there any birds in harvest time? Nobody knows. I wrote about it on the message boards, asked the admins, but seems to be no clear answer. Some say it's a bug the devs don't want to fix. Others say they deleted them on purpose in order to get smoother animations. Simulating bird behavior was too resource consuming. Doesn't make sense, right? It's the end of the 22nd century. It's unthinkable. Let's watch some birds, Professor. It's nice watching birdies in good company. More like watching the absence of birdies. Maybe someone could join us. We could change our observations. Is anything gonna change here? Doesn't look like it. It's been a couple hours. I haven't seen a single winged creature. You should come back with your own binoculars. You'll see less, but in greater details. How about you lend me yours? I'd like to borrow yours, yeah. No, I don't think so. I don't know you that well. Not even sure you really love birds. Well, what can I say? I'm watching them. Flying bird, that's what I call a beautiful sight, not those dirty cows. Haha. I'm sensing that you're just as excited to see a flying birdie as I am. You've got the ornithology bug. Well, of course. How many times do I have to actually keep doing this, I wonder? The longer we look, the higher the chance of seeing a flying birdie. Or even a non-flying birdie. Suspense is killing me. Well, unless there is no birds in this game. There must be birds here, there must. Maybe we'll put a towny owl or a night heron when it gets dark. Don't take too long. Okay, great. Finally, we got the binoculars. Let's observe the guild house. Turned my binoculars towards the guild house. I noticed a lonely figure on the upper level of the house. She was sitting in a room in a dark corner. Her female outlook skin looked like a premium item. It was the player Sheriff Billy was after. She was hiding in the guild house. Okay. Let's survey the area. A horse, a cow, a house. Oh, there, a road. I think it leads to the graveyard. It used to be accessible, the graveyard, but the devs excluded it from the game. You could see a European nightjar there. Wonderful birds. Let's observe the road to the graveyard again. There's nothing going on there. Okay. Can we observe the guild house and see something else? Not really. Okay. Let's give it back. What can we do with this plank, I wonder? Walking the plank was a quick way to find yourself sleeping with the fishes. Maybe let's drop the metaphors. Okay. Yep, there's not really much I'm gonna do with that. Shady business with a player of horrible repute that they were banned. Okay. Let's climb down. Then I think it's time to enter the guild house. What's up, Lea-Anne? Lea-Anne was absorbed in a book, at least she seemed to be. The woman slowly looked up at me. Oh, it's you. Let's see. About the sheriff. He works for the Nanette Foundation under the pseudonym Mr. Lepsky. He runs Nanette's Gardens, an activation program for poor kids. The woman's eyes and mouth went wide. For a good while, she seemed to have trouble catching her breath. But how? I'm Nanette. I'm the head of the foundation. I had no idea that Mr. Lepsky was a sheriff. He never said a word. Well, what do you know about Mr. Lepsky? Never seen him in person. We met in the game. He offered to help me with Nanette's Gardens, and we struck a deal through Viper. The program was a burden on our budget. Mr. Lepsky came up with the idea to auction items from loot boxes that spawn when you grow pumpkins. Wait, so you are employing them? I actually can't say a bad word about him. He made the gardens self-sufficient. The kids from the program have decent equipment, supplements, supervisors. Although I have to say, I'm not sure about anything anymore. Wait, is he letting kids play this game? Thanks for your help. Do you have any other questions? If not, I'll be going back to the Foundation. Yeah, what do you know about the Orange folk? Nothing, except that they work on public farms and everyone thinks they're weirdos, but how is that connected to the case? Oh, now I understand. If Mr. Lepsky is the sheriff, then these people might be my kids from the Nets Gardens. Oh my god. Tell me the truth, what do you really do in harvest time? Nothing wrong, I'm looking for a sponsor that could support my foundation. I need money, you see, I'm running a children's cancer hospital. But the sheriff, well, he seemed rich, that's why he caught my attention. Thank you for your help, I have to go back to my foundation now, goodbye. Okay, well, I guess I'm going upstairs. Let's, stay away! Oh no. Well, we're not going to... listen. Upon seeing me, the girl tossed her book away and made a few hesitant steps towards the exit. She was frightened. Stay away! Get lost! Okay, let's... I stopped. I didn't want to exacerbate the situation. I have no idea what that word means. Let me know in the comments. She gave me an appraising look. The sheriff sent you, right? Yes, I did a job for him. The girl struggled to look menacing. I knew it. You should leave before I get mad. Mad? Trust me, I'm here to help you. No, I don't believe you. Let's gain her trust with Scalpel. Be smart and trust me, I'm a doctor. I help people every day and I want to help you too. Oh, a doctor. Last time I saw a doctor, he was cutting my umbilical cord. I convinced her to listen to me. Now I had to get her to trust me. Okay. Let's convince her by being open. Listen, you know that you're no match for the sheriff alone, right? The girl nodded in agreement. Think about it. How would lying to you, framing you, serve my interests? If I'm here giving you the time of day, my intentions must be good, right? Well, maybe. Let's show some empathy. I know that life's not easy for you and your friends. That's why I don't intend to keep you from pursuing your dreams. I want to help. But don't you want anything in return? You'd be the first person in my life who wanted to help me for free. The girl looked at me like a dog that used to be beaten but decided to trust their new owner anyway. Can you tell me something about yourself? There's not much to tell, although I did recently give my supervisors the slip. I'm just sorry I didn't get to see that asshole Aki's face. What? Oh, okay, she is one of the orange folk. Who are you working with? Actually, no one. I'm alone, all alone. Really? You don't have any partners? I don't. I swear. The sheriff said to meet him at the saloon at sundown. I still had plenty of time. I could either pass the time at the saloon or continue my investigation. Tell me, what do you know about the sheriff? He's a cunt, for one. He has a pair of goons, too. Aki, usually watching us at the farm, and Mad Dog, usually watching the sheriff's ass. Which ticket am I offering? I can get you a ticket for the Midnight Express. What do you think of that? What do I think? It's all I have dreamed of. Do it, please. Give the Outlaw a ticket for the Midnight Express. I need So I don't think it's a cheater. I think the Outlaw is the real victim here. A person that hides in the game instead of logging out and disappearing in Realium. I think this is the case. Who's responsible for the orange folks' issues? Well, the Outlaw is not a suspect. So wait, if we go back... Suspect she's a cheater trying to con suckers. Lea-Anne is responsible. is open about needing money. It's not how a perpetrator acts. I think Lea-Anne might be a victim as well. I think the sheriff is responsible for the problems. Well, the thing is, he is in cahoots with the supervisor, so how about we make him the perpetrator here? It seems the sheriff is the one responsible for all the jazz. He's controlling, ingratiating, and suspiciously popular. But I'm still missing data points here, so I need to continue my investigation. Is there anything here I can do? Catch the ghost, yeah. I haven't been able to do that yet. Why are the cows mooing so much? They kept mooing. They didn't want me to milk them? Whose cows were these anyway? They look unclaimed, but this game has no stray animals. Their tails swung at the same pace. Was that a glitch? If I wasn't in the game, I'd say that someone gave these animals a scare. But who? Just as expected, my invisible stalker reappeared. I had 2 more apps I could use to examine this activity, but both were illegal. Yeah. Could trace the player by performing either a safety scan or by putting on Gamedec goggles. The scan was more reliable, but I risked drawing admin attention. The goggles were safer, but their range was limited to my field of view. It was time for this little birdie to show itself. Use the programs that inform you about the ghost localization, catch it, and force it into a duel. Okay. The goggles pointed me towards the ghost, but I only had a short while to find it. I had to hurry. I was determined to catch the ghost, so I hurried in the direction suggested by the app. Which direction was that exactly? Is that... Is it pointing me somewhere? I lost the trail. I had to wait for another chance. Damn it. Mia McPretty. Oh, look at that. It's the girl from Twisted and Perverted. What do we have here? Our favorite Twisted player. How fortunate. We have a few simple questions as a Harvest Time player. Will only take a moment unless you're a Benbow. Don't be like Benbow. Okay, go ahead. Here we go. Question number 1. How long have you been playing Harvest Time? Not long, less than a day. Question number 2. Have you been to the graveyard on the hill? I have. Alright, listen, here's question number 3. Have you heard the tale of the Tree of Knowing? I don't think I have. I saw a very large tree in the deep past world once. I think it was a sequoia. Is that what you mean? Sadly, no. The girl struggled to conceal her embarrassment. Another question, focus. Have you ever experienced flashbacks that weren't yours? Flashbacks that weren't mine. Flashbacks. I have not. Do you ever feel like someone is telling you what to say? As if they've taken over your mind and will? Can we rebut that? No, not at all. I felt a wave of intense anxiety. A part of me flipped out upon hearing the question and made me say no. Hey, easy, we're just talking, okay? It should go smoothly now. Give me any number that comes to your mind. Is this gonna provide me with one of these profession points? Let's choose 314. 304. What? What kind of question is that? What are you trying to drag me into? Take it easy, don't freak out at school. Yeah, that's all. Your turn. Is there anything you want to ask us? I'm conducting an investigation, collecting information about the residents. You answered our question, so we owe it to you. What do you mean in particular? Tell me all you know about the sheriff. Well, let me say what everyone says. The sheriff is fast. Yeah, you should see him. I hope we helped at least a bit. Not really. What was behind the question about the number, that 314? Does that mean anything? Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. We're not quite sure, but we're checking it out. Actually, it's not the first time we've heard such a response from an interviewee. The fact that you reacted quite oddly to that number may mean something. Why are you asking about the Tree of Knowing? We're collecting info for our clan. It's a top secret mission, you know, so we can't tell you too much. Actually, we don't know much either. If you learn anything, make sure you let us know. Totally. Come back with some solid info on the tree and you won't regret it. The Han clan knows how to return a favor. I heard the tree was here in harvest time. It sparked player interest. They're discussing what it means, what it was made for. Keep going, I'm getting all this down. Okay. Someone is happy. From what I know, the location where it appeared is now closed. It's a graveyard. Nice, that seems to confirm our theories. Now tell us honestly, where do you think the tree is? This tree that appears in many games could symbolize the power of life, compassion, the unity of being, even learning. That's what they say, eh? You're a cool guy, you know. I'm not a guy. Again. How can we repay you? Oh, could I go back? I cannot. The sheriff is incredibly fast, and we found out he's like using this cheat, a speed boost they call it. Just don't tell anyone, please. It's our leverage against him. A safeguard in case our clan wants something from him in the future. Would you believe the sheriff answered 314 too? Funny, huh? That's about it, right, sister? So, how's your clan doing? What was the name? It starts with an H. Oh man, the Han clan, the best org in the world. The most profound message, concept, and narrative. It's a riot, dude. Make sure to drop into Knight's Code. That's where our headquarters are. Jeez, it's so amazing, like everything starts making sense. I'm guessing I'm gonna end up there. So. Okay, I cannot choose cheater anymore. That's a pity. Here is the road to the graveyard, but I cannot go there. Yep. He doesn't want to talk to me. Let's go down the well again, see what, Okay. The game doesn't want me to go there either. Actually, I do have cheater now. Maybe I can do something. Or yeah, exactly. I can hack the bot. Great. I launched several apps that weren't exactly legal. I managed to access the command line and withdrew the maximum possible amount. Easy money. Oh, I thought I could... I felt a sudden strong gust of wind. There was the occasional mild breeze in the game, but nothing like this. I was either hallucinating or I just seen falling dust arrange itself into the outline of a human being. Felt the presence of the invisible stalker. They wouldn't let go. This time I was sure I was catch it. I decided to give another illegal tool a try, a safety scan. Just hope the admins wouldn't notice. The scanner displayed the last location of my target. I had to get there before they was gone. I was determined to catch the ghost, so I hurried in the direction suggested by the app. Oh? Let's try and restrain the enemy here. I opened the window and chose freeze, but my attack was ineffective. The enemy had some sort of security program. There was something familiar about the software. It took me a moment, but I finally recognized it. They were Gamedec apps. I was up for a duel. My enemy didn't wait for an invitation, quickly launched the first attack. The player attacked me with web. It was a massive thing. One I wasn't prepared for. It hit me with full power and gave my opponent the lead. It seemed my enemy had access to a standard collection of apps, but so did I. I opened the window with offensive and defensive programs. To gain advantage in a duel, choose attacks your opponent has not seen before and defenses that fit your opponent's attacks. Okay. Apps had different speeds and methods of operation. Successful attacks gave you an advantage, while good defense helped you keep it. Okay, let's attack. Well, we're gonna use cheater. Use the BFG plus cheat. So BFG, I don't remember in which game that was. Was that Doom? Or maybe Duke Nukem stood for a big fucking gun, if I'm not mistaken. There we go. Though Joker's named this cheat Big Fucking Gun Plus, it wasn't an actual gun, but a deadly burst of packets that were similar to a halberd. The enemy didn't stand a chance, it was a brutal hit. Still, I knew they wouldn't fall for it again. I was sure my opponent had already chosen an application. The opponent threw shurikens at me, a dispersed and fast attack. Let's use return to sender. I wondered if my enemy knew that one, so-called query redirection. Simple, once you got the hang of it. My enemy became the target of their own attack. It must have surprised them, but I knew they would be more careful next time. Yeah, let's go in the attack, I guess. Let's go with the sword. Those who lived by the sword, from what I remembered, this app injected server queries into the opponent's code, basically a virus. My opponent answered with smokescreen. It was too slow. I was taking control. I disarmed my enemy, which allowed me to restrain them, check their identity. Alright, you really kicked my ass there, let's talk. Show yourself, I want to know who I'm talking to. The silhouette is all I can reveal for now, my avatar is somewhere else. I've been following you for a while using Slide Modified Guardian Angel app. Where are you following me? Well, out of sheer detective curiosity, a game deck in a game like this, it was worth listening to some of your conversations. I know it's unethical and undignified, pardon me. It's no excuse. You wouldn't have answered my questions if I had asked them directly. How long have you been following me? Well, since you were in the graveyard, I thought that unknown remote site would be a good observation spot. But this farmer came, and then you, and then the sheriff, and then you again. Quite a lot of traffic for a place that's supposed to be dead. Okay, I get it. You don't trust me, you need to be careful. Let me prove my good intentions. Maybe I'll share some information with you. Might help with your investigation. But I don't mean to force my solution on you too early. After all, I can be wrong. Finish your investigation, let's meet to discuss our findings, preferably somewhere private. For example, in my bedroom. Do I have a bedroom? I don't have a bedroom. But do I? I don't even have a house. In the graveyard. That's right. After you've completed the investigation, finished up your business, meet me where the tombstones grow, as a poet would say. You remember the way? You need to jump into the well or off the saloon roof. Both methods are fine. See you there. Good luck. Mysterious game deck vanished into thin air. A moment later, I received a text file and a private message. Scanned and opened it. The message said, "You really kicked my ass there, friend. Please accept the enclosed files with my compliments." The outlaw that the sheriff is after is actually a new skin belonging to one of the Orange Folk farmers. She's a girl named Cylia. That was also something else in the file. I'm impressed by what you've managed to accomplish and find out so far. I have a lot to learn from you. Collect this data by listening in on players. You might find this useful. The message ended with a note. I'd love to speak with you about this case. Remember the graveyard. I'll wait for you there. Yeah, so I still don't know. I don't think the outlaw is a suspect. So can I pick this? No. So give the outlaw a ticket for the Midnight Express. So that means I need to speak to Bob Zappa again, I believe. Or... let's ask about some rumors. Sorry, I can only serve drinks. I'm an automated character, not a player. Don't look so surprised. Player hired me to fill in for them as a bartender, their town profession. This paid service lets you keep a role despite being absent. If you're interested in other paid services, please visit the game's website. Can I get you anything? Pour me a drink. You need a premium account in order to buy drinks here. Premium my ass, I want a drink, you digital prick. Sorry, those are the rules. Okay, well, that didn't really help very much, did it? Okay, should I jump in here and speak to this character? I cannot. So I do need to do something else first, it looks like. Meet the Gamedec on the graveyard, yeah. Give the outlaw a ticket for the Midnight Express. Where was I'm gonna get that Midnight Express? That is what I'm wondering. Let's see. What about new players? Your ambition shames me, cowgirl. Dozens of players enter every day. I could start listing their nicks, but that take... Alright, I get it. Narrow it down to premium players who started playing in the last 4 days. Now you're talking, narrowing down, and voila, here's the result. 2 players, player name and outlaw. I dare say the former is you. What's up with a premium account? Ah, someone's looking to go pro. Premium account carries a monthly subscription fee. I'll send you the form now. There you go. So a stylish form made to look like paper. I reminded myself I was here to do a job, not to have fun. Spotted a few phrases hinting that it would be hard to get out of this subscription. I didn't want to get it unless I had to. Explain how duels work. Harvest Time has hundreds of charming little towns like High Rock. Each one is governed by a sheriff. The lawman has special privileges. In order to take his gold star, you must challenge him to a duel and win. Be warned, our Sheriff Billy has lightning-quick reflexes. Many a daredevil tried besting him and none prevailed. What's the deal with the loot boxes? That is nothing specific. What about the guilds? Yep, that I already know. The man was standing still, a window with stock market news hovering in front of him. He was level 1000, which is the max level in the game. There was a title next to his name, Doctor. When I greeted him, the man looked at me, nodded, went back to his diagrams. What do you do in High Rock? Thought it was a place for beginners. Well, I should be. It's monumental value. Super premium location, in case you didn't know. Came here by accident and want to get out. I'm waiting for the Midnight Express. It's the only way to leave this place. They blocked the roads so that new players wouldn't get lost. They should add paid teleportation to the game. I'll suggest it to the devs. I noticed the doctor's title next to your name. Do you serve as the local physician? Give me a break, I'm not a doctor. Paid a small fortune for this title. I also have one in Realium, PhD, wasn't cheap either. Players see my title, they flock like vultures to beg for money. Like this gal here, Lea-Anne. Pretty name, but that's why I remembered it. Places such as High Rock, the title is more of an inconvenience, but in more prestigious locations it commands respect. Okay, well, happens to that I'm a doctor too. Unlike me, I mean, I have a title and a diploma in Realium, but I bought them both for a small fortune. They come in handy in business. Since you're a doctor, you should go and talk to this Lea-Anne girl. She's looking for sponsors for a children's charity or something. If you don't have money, at least give her some advice. I obviously support these kind of initiatives, but only through tax relief. Curious, what do you do in Realium? Why? Are you a journalist or something? I'm a Gamedec. I have a natural need to learn about people. I have nothing against networking, especially in Virtualia, it helps with business. I'm a biz patron. I offer advice and assets to businessmen in exchange for chairs. I work in harvest time. It's way nicer than Viper. And way safer, though not many people know that. I see that you follow the stock market. What's worth investing in? Don't ask, every investor will say something different and some will charge you for it. Traders flirt with disaster and crowd psychology. As far as my investments are concerned, it's no secret most of my portfolio consists of Blue Whale Interactive stocks. But BWI's rate has been falling recently. Might have something to do with this project they didn't finish on time. One of the directors had a breakdown, personal issues. I think something happened to his son. Took the project and my stocks down with him. Whoops. It seems that investing in stocks really is like tossing a coin. Let's just use the sleeves. Alright, Doc, quit fucking around. I know you're loaded. Give me your pouch. Or what? There's no PvP in this game anymore. Fuck off to my ignore list, shithead. Okay. Yeah, nice talking to you, buddy. Where can I find this midnight train ticket is what I'm wondering. I think I'm gonna look for that in the next episode. If you're enjoying the content, hit that like button, subscribe. If you wanna follow along, thanks a lot for watching, and I will see you in the next episode.